Okay, it's Wednesday, so it's time for another Murdle puzzle. So today I'm going to do puzzle number 3 from Murdle Book 2. So in the UK, this is Murdle More Killer Puzzles. In the US, I think it's just Murdle Volume 2. There are links in the description to the video to my bookshop where you can buy copies of it to support the channel and independent bookshops. So it will get shipped to you from a local indie bookstore. There's a UK link and a US link in the description for the video. So if you want to play along with these when I do them each week, you can do that. So let me read you the clues and description for puzzle number 3, which is called Touchdown to Murder. And then once I've done that, I'll flip the camera and we can have a go at solving it. I don't tend to do very well if you've watched these videos before. There's a lot of head scratching. I get there in the end, but there's a lot of head scratching and no doubt a lot of shouting at your ends. Anyway, so if you remember in the last instalment, Logico, the detective, was flying in a Zeppelin and the pilot got murdered, and he figured out that it was... well, I won't tell you who it was in case you haven't done that puzzle. Anyway, so Touchdown to Murder. When the Zeppelin landed at the People's City Airport, Logico was surprised to find it much cleaner, nicer and more beautiful than the one in his city. He looked for his chauffeur but found a dead body. A security guard had been murdered. So the suspects are Captain Slate, who was one of the suspects last time. So a real-life astronaut, the first woman to travel around the dark side of the moon, and also the first to be suspected of murdering her co-pilot. She is 5 foot 5 inches, left-handed, has brown eyes and brown hair. Chauffeur Bronze, Lady Violet's chauffeur. He's an aristocrat himself, which shows you how important Lady Violet is. He's 5 foot 10 inches, right-handed, brown eyes and blonde hair. And Boss Charcoal, a mob boss from the good old days when being a mob boss from the good old days meant something. He's 5 foot 11, right-handed, has brown eyes and black hair. The locations where the murder could have taken place are the runway, which is outdoors, so named because it's a great place for political prisoners to run away. The baggage claim, which is indoors. Good luck getting your luggage. The bags that weren't lost were stolen. And the currency exchange, which is also indoors. The exchange rate here is a rip-off. They're trading draconian dollars for US dollars 1-to-1. And the possible weapons are an exposed wire, which is lightweight. One of the last things you want to be exposed to. It's shocking. A water bottle, which is medium weight. Ironic because you'll die without it too. And an 80s cell phone, which is heavyweight, heavier than some 80s cars. At this point, it's ancient technology. We've got 5 clues as normal. So the clues are: Boss Charcoal always carried a variety of currencies, so he would never visit the exchange. So we know Boss Charcoal wasn't at the currency exchange. Captain Slate was suspiciously thirsty. She kept drinking out of her water bottle. So we know Captain Slate has a water bottle. Due to their refined sensibilities, the aristocrat would never be around exposed wires. So we know they didn't use the exposed wire. And ancient technology was found sitting on the runway. So the cell phone was on the runway. The body of the security guard was found in the baggage claim. So we're looking for someone that we know is in the baggage claim with a weapon that we know could have been in the baggage claim. Right, so let me flip the camera and we can have a go at solving it together. Okay, here we go. So let's go through the clues again and tick things off our puzzle grid. So Boss Charcoal always carried a variety of currencies, so he would never visit the exchange. So the exchange is that one. Boss Charcoal is that one, so we know that Boss Charcoal wasn't at the currency exchange. Right, next clue. Captain Slate was suspiciously thirsty. She kept drinking out of her water bottle, so we know that Captain Slate has the water bottle, so therefore doesn't have the exposed wire or the cell phone. Due to their refined sensibilities, the aristocrat would never be around exposed wires. So we know that the aristocrat wouldn't have had which is the chauffeur, wouldn't have had the exposed wire. So therefore we know that Boss Charcoal must have been the one with the exposed wire. So therefore, crikey, I feel like I'm doing well this time. So therefore the aristocrat must have had the 80s cell phone. Okay, right. Next clue. Due to ancient technology was found sitting on the runway. So the cell phone was on the runway. So therefore the chauffeur must have been on the runway. Cell phone, runway, tick, and cross. Okay, the body of the security guard was found in the baggage claim. So we know that the baggage claim is our murder. site. So we need to figure out who could have been in the baggage claim and with what object. So we know who's got what object. So we just need to figure out either through the objects or the people which one would have been in the baggage claim. So what do we know? So baggage claim is this one or this one. This is where I go quiet because I've now can't figure it out. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Who do we know? So we know that the chauffeur was on the runway. So either Captain Slate or Boss Charcoal. This is not helping, is it? I thought I was going to do well on this one because I made a good start, but clearly that is not the case. Right, let's read through the clues again. That normally helps. Boss Charcoal always carried a variety of currencies, so he would never visit the currency exchange. So we know Boss Charcoal isn't at the currency exchange. I figured out how we do it. So we know Boss Charcoal isn't at the currency exchange, and we know Boss Charcoal has got the exposed wire. So we know that the exposed wire cannot be at the currency exchange. Captain Slate, so we know that Captain Slate had the water bottle. So hold on, let's work this through. So the water bottle must have been at the currency exchange then, because the exposed wire wasn't there and the cell phone wasn't there. Right, I think we've got it. So the water bottle wasn't there. So therefore, the other thing, whatever the other thing was, the exposed wire must have been at the baggage claim, and therefore the murderer is Boss Charcoal. So it's Boss C. I've got terrible handwriting, haven't I? Can you even read that? With the wire at the baggage claim. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera back and see if I got it right. I think this will be the fastest I've done one if I did indeed get the solution correct. Okay, so turn to the back to check the answers. So it was Boss Charcoal with an exposed wire at the baggage claim. So we got it right. Fantastic. So the little bit you get at the end of the episode. So he scoffed. Oh, it's it's illegal to electrocute someone to death now. Logico was unsure when that had ever been legal. So that is solution or puzzle 3, case 3 solved. So I will be back next Wednesday, hopefully. I should be. To do mystery 4 from the second book, which is called A Locked Room Mystery. So who doesn't love a locked room mystery? So yeah, come back next week and we'll try and solve another one of these together. As I said at the start, there's a link to where you can buy these in the description for the video. Cheers.